Yo, what's up, family? Before we start the video, please leave a like, subscribe, and share it in everyone that you can. Just shoot out there a little bit more. With that being said, let's get right into the video. The Celtics surprised everyone and took Real Madrid forward Hugo Gonzalez with the 28th pick, and I want to look at some of his Eurobasket film, so let's get straight to it. Alright, how y'all doing? I hope y'all doing good. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not, make sure you take your shoes off before you come out. And this is not the official scouting report that will be coming out, but I just wanted to take a look at some of Hugo's games, and unfortunately it's super hard to find full Real Madrid games, so probably won't be bringing you guys any full games of that, which is such a bummer. But we have some Eurobasket qualifier games here for the young Hugo Gonzalez. I'll give some like preliminary profile things. He's 6'6" with a 6'10" wingspan. He's 19 years old, and he plays on a Real Madrid team that is super stacked, full of former NBA talent. He has like 7 former NBA guys on his team, which I'll give a lot of context in the real scouting report, so stay tuned to that. But this is against Latvia. This is Kristaps Porzingis's country, but this is the qualifier, so this isn't like the real teams. But he is going up against Bertans, who, if you remember, Bertans is a really good shooter as a big man, and Rodion Kurucs is somewhere in here, but he's still playing against grown men and former NBA talent. So let's get into this. He had 11 points in this game. He was 2 for 5 from the field, 7 for 7 from the free throw line, 6 rebounds, had 2 stocks, a steal and a block, and 4 turnovers. So this game can really like encapsulate the good and some of the things that Hugo needs to work on. And I really like the Eurobasket stuff, and I'm gonna go back to his under 18 film and stuff to see like how he is with the ball in his hands, because again, Real Madrid is really loaded. He doesn't really have a lot of opportunities. So here on the first play, something that Brad Stevens loves is the corner crashes and for our wings to off to rebound and get us some more opportunities. Brad Stevens said that he had all the intangibles of a winning player, and going after the ball, his toughness and his motor was one of those things. Probably his greatest skill is how instinctual he is off the ball. So cutting and flying in for offensive rebounds is something that he really does well at a young age. And playing overseas is they just have a really good feel. Here he fights for the offensive rebound and gets fouled. Now, along with the instinctual off-the-ball feel, his straightest path to making an impact into early minutes is on the defense side of the ball. This is a really good defender, especially help side. He has great timing, great motor and effort and intensity on the defensive side of the ball, coming over for blocks, coming over to get steals. He's really good at that. But sometimes he gets a little overzealous and he overcommits. Now, but the thing you see with him overcommit sometimes is that when he overcommits, it shows his hustle and his motor, because then he has to get back when the pass is gone. But this right here, he's just so overzealous. He's just so like antsy to make something happen that he helps, overcommits. And again, if you know Thomas Bertans, you know you cannot give him this much space. He gets a 3. And I talked about him providing some rim protection as a help side guy. He really he plays defense with his hair on fire. He will contest every shot at the rim that he's near. He'll go for steals. He does everything. He's not a big gambler, I would say. Like, he goes for them, but I haven't seen too many plays where he's gambling and it hurts the team, or like he's gambling out of position, or like it's a wild one, right? But here he goes up for the block out of nowhere and gets a possession for his team. And this is why I need full games, because just the full game, I can pick out stuff that's not on the stat sheet. Like, again, his instinctual nature as a cutter, he just has natural feel to where to be off the ball and when to cut. Like, this is a perfect cut that could have led to an offensive rebound or a pass, right? Like, he's always going for the ball. He's always going for the ball. All right, so one of the weaknesses or points that I think that he has to work on is his decision making as a driver. He tends to find himself in a lot of crowds, which can cause turnovers like this one. Now, his teammate was coming up to set a screen and he just went one-on-one, so the spacing isn't great. His teammate brings Dallas Bertans there, so he might have got an ISO if his teammate just would have stayed there. But he has to see this coming. Like, the core mapping has to get better. I do think he has intriguing flashes of passing. He definitely can be a connective passing piece, but I like him like grabbing the ball off the rebound and taking the ball down the court. So if he's gonna be able to do that at the next level, I think he has to get better at these things. All right, again, Spain gets him on the move, which I think is his role, right? With Real Madrid, 38% of his possessions are as a spot up, and he shoots 28% from 3 there. Like, he's not a great shooter yet. His shot is not broken. I think his shot reminds me of like Franz before he had the shoulder injury. Like, his shot's not broken. We could do the Derek White reconfiguration of shot, or we can just do the Grant Williams take 1,000 threes per day type thing. I think he can definitely become a better shooter, especially with our coaching staff. But his best play types are as a cutter and as like a handoff receiver or somebody turning the corner driving to the rim. Then he can make plays off that. He spent 9% of his possessions with Real Madrid as a cutter, and it's his most effective play type. So he's not being utilized there. So don't look at his stats and be like, oh my God, no. So here they run an action for him where he gets a ball screen and he could just turn the corner. He has to see this right here. He has to be able to see this man right here in the dunker spot, right? We got Towers Bertans here, either retreat or post up and back up or just hit this open man right here. He has to see this. He has to get better at this. Okay, if he wasn't good at this, I'm not sure how much I would like it, but he does this often. Now, he is guarding 2 players here, so he had to run to the guy who got the rebound and then run to this guy. So this isn't a easy job, right? So he kind of had to do that. I would want him to close out better than this, but again, he had to go to this guy, so the angle getting back to this guy isn't that good, right? He has an advantage already, but he does this so much. He uses that 6'10" wingspan perfectly. If a guy gets by him, I've seen this so many times already in about 3 or 4 games. This tap back move when a guy gets by him is damn near automatic for him. And again, when a shot goes up, he's like a rocket. He's flying out of the air, trying to come get the ball. And I feel like this is something that Brad Stevens fell in love with. Like, the corner crashes have been a huge part of the Celtics offense, getting us easy second chance opportunities that are kickouts and they lead to threes, and that just demoralizes the opposing team. Brad Stevens definitely fell in love with his motor, the way that he crashes the offensive glass. And again, something that's not a stat here, this is why we need full games, but his teammate drives and you see how the defense turns their back on everybody on the perimeter as this guy drives. The moment that happens, like, just look at like, he recognizes this stuff so quickly and he's gone. Turn it back, look, he turns his back and he's already gone. And he's sprinting to the rim every single time. Okay, this is a part of my strengths and weaknesses for him. So I think he's a really interesting downhill driver that has a quick and strong first step, and he has an attacking and confident nature when he has the ball in his hands. The weakness is, like, he can get to the cup. I think he has some Franz level craft getting to the cup, but when he gets there, he needs to become a more craftier finisher. Again, he has the acceleration, he has the attacking nature, he has the slashing ability to get to the rim, but when he gets there, sometimes it's kind of wonky. He takes off too far from the rim, which kind of leads to his shot getting blocked. He just needs to get his steps right and become a better finisher, or just find more ways to finish. So here again, a straight line drive, he's able to get the defender off his line one, take the contact, Euro step, which he does really well. He likes the Euro step, and here he gets some contact, tries to finish over the top of the shot blocker after the Euro step, which is a miss. But again, the motor, the offensive rebound, he gets fouled again, shot 7 free throws in this game. He gets to the line pretty often, especially in the Euro basket stuff, and he's above average in the Real Madrid league in a free throw rate. Again, here he is using his wingspan to perfection. Sees the action coming, runs over to put some pressure on the ball handler. Again, using his wingspan, active hands, active arms, seeing that the ball is Kuruks in the post. He takes the ball away, but can't really finish the play. The motor and intensity is a real thing, but sometimes it just looks so frantic, but he does hone it in well most of the time. So now sometimes he is like an Aaron Neesmith type of defender where he's just running all over the place, and sometimes it does lead to fouls. He does average like 2 fouls a game with a Real Madrid, but other times, like, the motor's needed. Like, you would rather have a guy that you say, hey, hone this energy in this way, than a guy that doesn't have this much energy, right? So here he's just cooling right now, right here, and as the offensive player goes to use his screen, he immediately sees it, runs, like, look at his arms, bro. Like, he's just frantic energy trying to get back to the ball, navigates this off-ball screen well, while on-ball screen navigation is something that I think he needs to work on, but he does a nice job of it. I think this sequence perfectly encapsulates who Hugo Gonzalez is, right? So again, I talked about his driving and his handling being the strength and the weakness at the same time. He has the acceleration, the strength, the quick and strong first step to get to the basket. But when he gets there, he's not as efficient. He needs to become a craftier finisher. As a straight line driver, getting him on the move is your best bet. So having him come off ball screens or have him running to the ball into the pick and roll so he can just drive straight line is good. So here he does that, he gets blocked, right? They show the replay 25 times. It's ingrained in my mind, okay? but he throws his body around. He does not care. He's a really confident player, and he just throws his body around. He gets to the free throw line. So he comes off these two off-ball screens here and goes right down after getting his shot block. Goes right at, is that Karuk's? That's a former NBA player. That's not a rim protector, but he goes straight at Karuk. Should have got an and one. Then talk shit a little bit, probably to the ref, or I don't know. But then the weak side help that I've been talking about, the shot blocking, the timing as a help defender. I don't care that this is a foul. I don't care at all. He gets the contact finish after getting a shot block, sees that this pick and roll happens and the guy's getting downhill, and he bats that away. I don't care that this was a foul. I didn't put the replay in here, but I didn't even think it was a foul, to be honest with you, because this guy uses his off arm to shield him, and he goes over it. That's clean, bro. Okay, so here's the second qualifier game. This is 3 days later, February 23rd, 2025. And this is where I see some of the Franz getting to the rim, right? That's probably a trap. But this is where I see some of the Franz craft when he's getting to the rim. Like, this is a move that I can easily see Franz doing, but Franz will fucking make this shit, right? He has to get better at the rim. All right, so here he is in the pick and roll right here. Again, straight line drive. That's some Franz shit. This is some shit that Franz would do. High pickup, but look at where he's taking off from. He's not that athletic. He's athletic, but he's not this athletic. Now, if he's gonna take off from here, he needs to change the type of shot. This can't be a finger roll with a shot blocker right there. This has to be a floater, which he has some good touch on. I've seen a couple of his floaters, and he actually has that in his bag. If you're gonna do this move this far from the basket and take your last step like right inside the dotted line, this has to be a floater. Get the ball up higher over the shot blocker. But again, quick first step, strong first step. He rejects the screen, crosses over, reject, and he does a nice move to get to the cup, but again, the finisher. Again, the hustle and the motor, lining him up the whole time. They keep calling foul on my man. That's not a foul, bro. That ain't a foul. And I'm a player from this angle. Again, listen, again, them off arms over there. How is that? Please tell me how this is a foul. Please tell me this is a foul. He's getting shielded, still was able to go over. He doesn't even block it. Oh, okay, he got his hand, but like he let the ball go for his hand got there. But like he shielded my man and all that. But again, no easy buckets. No easy buckets. His team turns the ball over. He tries to make up for it for his teammates. And I like the effort, man. All right, so here's some more defensive playmaking by Hugo. He's able to use that 6'10" wingspan to stunt at the handler, get back, and still put his hands in the passing lane right there. Gets a steal and the finish. Now, I talked about him overcommitting as a help defender sometimes, but what you will see when he overcommits is the intensity and the motor, right? So he's the tag man here on this roll guy. So he has to make sure this roll guy does not get a layup or get an easy look, right? So he comes over, right? He sees that the ball does not go to the roll man. So he has to haul ass back over there, right? Then he's able to get that back tap steal that we talked about. So he covered the roll man, got back to his man, got a steal. Now we're out in transition. He's going to get a nice pass to the corner and get an assist. All right, so this is the screen navigation part. He gets hit by screens really like I done seen his head go back on so many screens already. Like in overseas play, he's able to get back because of his effort, his athleticism, and his long arms. In the NBA, those advantages, like he won't be able to close those so much with how much better the athletes are, right? So he gets hit by this first screen and then comes back, gets hit by the second screen, and then it leads to him being out of control in the closeout, and he fouls a shooter. All right, so here Spain goes to a horn set. They're going to get Hugo on the move again, like I said. Getting him on the move, getting him a pick and roll where he can catch the ball on the run and just get a straight line drive is good for him, and he gets an and one finish here. Now, I'm not sure if this is an overcommit, but I do think that Spain puts him in the corner as the low man because he's so good at it and he has the effort and intensity to get back to his man. This is just good spacing by Belgium here as Spain is front of the post, so somebody has to be on this back line, so this pass can't just be an easy one for a layup. But he does have a man in the corner out of the frame here, so he sneaks over there and then the pass goes, but you can see, man, you can see the haul ass and he ends up getting the contest. But that is the video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, subscribe, and share in there one that you can, just shoot out there a little bit more. Now we'll see you guys in the next video. This is Nick. Peace.